Hey guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. I am going to talk about today's video's topic is going to be about one of my course client successes, and it's just going to be about persistence, you guys. It's so important, and um you may feel like nothing's happening in the background, but I love these types of stories, and this has happened to me too, where you feel like there's no movement, nothing's happening, you're doing the work for nothing, but all that is building a reality for you. Like, that reality is now concentrated and pushing out in the 3D. And you may see little by little changes here and there, or you may not see any changes at all, but it's just so important to persist, and I'll explain why in a second, how my client got success. Also, if you guys have not checked out my last week's video, last Friday's video, totally check it out. I talk about me and my SP a little bit in there, and important tips on what I did, what my clients do to get success and to see evidence in the 3D. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and do so. All right, you guys. So I met with one of my clients as a one-on-one coaching session. But prior to that, she had tried my Manifest Money in Abundance Now and the self-concept course. So it was a bundle: Manifest Money in Abundance and self-concept. So she was telling me, and you guys probably hear this a lot because this happens a lot with my clients. They set up a session to meet with me, and in the meantime, if they would like to, they buy a course and they try out the course, and they see movement way before even us meeting, even us talking about their limiting beliefs or blocks. They start seeing movement, and they start having a more organized, more disciplined routine or homework. And that routine helps them get more clear, get more solid, get more peace of mind, and they start seeing movement. So proud of my client, girl. Like, if you're watching, like, so proud of you. And again, you don't have to purchase anything. I mean, you're a master manifester. You're a born manifester. But a lot of people doing my courses are sending in a lot of feedback of success. And I honestly think is because they have a routine and they're sticking to it, because that's really important. From my personal experience, creating a routine for yourself and sticking to it is, that persistence and consistency is important in anything you do in life. Like, whether it's career, relationship, whatever it is, consistency and persistence is really important, because we wobble around a lot between our old story, our old versions of ourselves, and the new versions we want to become. And there's a lot of emotions in there that cause us to lag on our consistency, or not even put in effort to change anything. And what happens when you don't change the internal, external is not really going to change. Even if you change the people around you, even if you change certain circumstances around you, no change on the internal will result in different people but same problems, different people but same problems, or same people and same problems, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, you guys. So this client of mine, she got success in both courses that she did. The money one and the self-concept one brought her SP in hotter. So the money one, she in the money course, you guys, towards the end of the course, I talk about jackpots, and like, if you're into like gambling, or if that's fun for you, if you know, like, I win jackpots all the time. I've shared it a lot on our channel. If you guys haven't checked it out, go to our playlists, go to Ani. All the success stories are there from me and my clients. From even in the community tab, I posted the $17,000 jackpot I hit recently, the $12,000 one. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and do so. But so she was working on the courses separately. So she did the money and abundance, and then she also incorporated the self-concept homework as well. And what was happening was she has never really won a jackpot ever when she's gambled. It's always been losses, is what she was explaining. And she hit literally 3 jackpots the last time she went to play after doing the work internally. She hit one for 1800, 1850 something. I don't remember the exact numbers. One was 1800, one was 3400. The last one I don't remember, but it was over 1500. I remember that. I should have wrote this down. But she was like, Ani, like, I've never won like over $100 in the casino. But she's like, I could feel my internal world different. Like, even when I was approaching to play, or in my mindset even, she's like, it was different. It wasn't as like obsessive. It wasn't as hyper focused on like, I gotta win this. If I don't win this, it's like, it's gonna be a failure. She's like, I literally went in there so neutral, just really confident of my power, my godly power. And she's like, I wasn't like that before. And I totally resonate with that, because I used to be like that too, you guys. When I would think about money, or when I would go play, I would go with the intention of, I gotta win. Like, I need to win. Like, if I don't win, like, this is gonna be a fail. And you forget about having fun. You forget about, like, this is not the end all be all. And obviously, the more you enjoy yourself, the more you remember your internal power, regardless of circumstances. That energy is felt. That energy is felt through the machine. That energy is felt through everyone around you. Like, I've walked into casinos before, or just even not even in gambling situations, just in rooms. I've walked in rooms where people feel me, like they feel the vibe, they feel the magnetic energy, and they're drawn to me. And why is that? Like, is it always like that? No. But when I do work on myself, and I have been working on myself, same with my clients, when you just build that power and confidence within, and just remind yourself over and over again, it's just a different vibe. It's a different vibe. And I know you guys have probably either experienced that, or you've seen that, when someone just comes in the room and they're just so, the vibe is just so addicting. Like, they don't have to be the prettiest in the room, the most handsome in the room. They don't have to have the most expensive outfit on, or like, none of that matters. But you're drawn to them because this vibe they're giving out, this energy, you're like, I want to talk to that person, right? So that's that self-concept work too. That's that, all of that reminding you of your power, and practicing it and applying it. That is so, so, so important, you guys. And that's why I talk about persistence. And you probably hear persisting in the community in general, is because of one thing. There will be a tendency in you, a habit, and I say this in all my videos. Once you're identifying with this new version of yourself, like the abundant version, the confident version, the one that would get their SP, the one that would hit jackpots, the one that would make more money. Once you start identifying with this version, maybe it's like you're already starting to visualize, or you're feeling the desires boil up in you, right? What happens is, your brain, because that's now in like new programming, that the rewiring in your brain isn't like deep enough with this new story. Your old wiring is like, I don't know, you feeling too good over there, like, let's bring you back to that old version of yourself, the version you used to identify yourself as, because this is new, this is uncomfortable, this is kind of like something we haven't really been experiencing with you going forward. The ego wants to take you back. The old programming wants to take you back. Is it a test? No, it's not a test. It's just like any other thing you do when you are practicing something new. You may want to fail. You may want to pause. You may want to not do it. You may want to go back to just being in your comfort zone. It's natural. It's human nature. But this is what separates those that are getting movement from those that aren't seeing anything for years and years and years. It's the consistency and persisting. I know this from personal experience. I know this from literally talking to thousands of clients throughout these years and seeing the evidence when we change the homework or when we change the routine. But you got to be true to yourself. You got to stick to it. You got to stick to the homework you create for yourself, whether it's a course homework, whether it's a one-on-one session homework, whether it's a routine you created all on your own from scratch. You got to show up for yourself because it's you versus you in this reality. No one else matters. Your SP, the money, none of that matters. It's what are you thinking about those things? What are you feeling about those things? They're on pause. They're just like, when are you going to show up for yourself? When are you going to come? When are you going to persist so we can show up with a different behavior, with different outcomes? Because remember, your perception creates the atom's behavior. So we're all atoms in our universe, right? Everything is atoms vibrating at such a speed that we look solid. And once this is proven, by the way, scientifically, double slit theory. I don't think it's a theory anymore. It's like double slit experiment, which was proven to be correct. When you look at something, the way you look at it, with the perception you attach to it, the assumption you attach to it, that thing changes to match your assumption, which is so freaking beautiful. Like, that is your godly power. That is your godly power. You were put on earth to experience this for a certain amount of time. Each person's time is, different. For that certain amount of time on this physical realm, your perception manipulates the atom to act in a certain way. So if you're going to view this atom as coming towards you, and what are people? People are billions of atoms vibrating at a certain frequency. What is this? It's billions of atoms vibrating at a certain frequency. You get calls, you send out calls, right? Materials are also atoms. When you view something in a certain way, like you view this as, oh, it's going to come to me, or it's going to show up for me, right? Now that atom's like, okay, we're going to show up for her because the perception's like attached to us. Imagine like an invisible string attached to everything you want, money, SP. There's an invisible string attached to it. And as you're thinking, the message is being sent out, transmitted, thought transmission, thought transmission, thought transmission, thought transmission. Now, you've probably noticed, like, when you think of someone and they call you and you're like, oh my God, like, I was just thinking about you. Like, it's, how did you know? What do you mean, how did you know? Everyone is you pushed out. That invisible string attached from your perception, your brain to theirs is like, let me pick up the phone and call her right now. For some reason, I feel inspired action to do so, right? But because we're human and we've been living a human experience for quite some time, and we haven't known how powerful we are from like day one, you think, oh my God, like it was a coincidence. I was thinking of you and you called me. So I don't want to get too like into crazy different topics, but so she saw 3 jackpots that day. She experienced 3 jackpots. She got paid on 3 jackpots. Why? Because her identity, her concept of self in relation to that topic was changing. She was working on it through the course. She's also been experiencing movement with her specific person. She did not have any communication for 3 months with her specific person, this client of mine. And that's why she had actually booked a session with me, because she wanted to talk about that. She wanted to get back into communication with him. And she's like, Ani, like, that's the reason why I made this appointment. But to be honest, like, in between when I got your course, I was working on the self-concept part, and I did get him to reach out to me. Like, I did get a call, like, I miss you, like, how have you been? I want to see you. And she's like, I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. She's like, my hands were shaking when I picked up and I saw the text from him. So the reason why I love these types of stories, you guys, is because that feeling, it feels so good to know you're God of your reality when you see things like this happening because of you changing your internal assumptions and beliefs and just working on it a little bit and staying disciplined. Now she did say, like, yeah, he hasn't come back fully, obviously, like, it's she's barely getting movement, but for 3 months, no contact. That it was no communication for 3 months. Now they're getting back into more of a consistent communication, but of course, there's always room to work on it. Like, there's always room to change internal world. But why? Because when things like this happen, I mean, this would happen to me, and I've seen this in my clients as well. Not everyone experienced this, but I would experience this. So I'm going to talk about it because we all resonate, right? Now, when I would see the changes I wanted to see with my SP and my reality, I would have sometimes issues of maintaining it, because I would get so happy, like, oh my God, yes, I'm doing it. I'm got my reality, that I would kind of not go back into the consistency I once had and the persisting I once had in the internal work I was doing. I would kind of slack off. And I'm being completely honest, because I'm sure at least one of you watching this video has done that before. And if you have, comment down below, because this is real. This is human nature. Let's talk about it. Like, when I would get movement after a period of doing internal work, I wouldn't do the work. Like, I would be like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm seeing changes. Like, I don't have to do anything. No, you still have to go internal. Everything is internal. Everything is internal. Why? Because the moment I would see something like from my SP that was indicating like old version of him, I would be like, oh my God, like, what if it's going back to the old version? No, like, I don't want this. Like, what if this was temporary? No, you always have to be consistent here, so the 3D is consistent and it's not hot and cold. Is it always easy? No, it's not. I'm going to be honest with you. No, it's not, because you haven't gone your whole life doing this. You're barely disciplining yourself about this. You're maybe barely applying the work. Whatever it is, even if you're not barely applying it, even maintaining it is kind of work too. It's just like anything that you would maintain, you got to put in the work. Like, if you want to, like, work out, lose weight, tone up, whatever it is, right? You're not going to go and tone one muscle like for a week and then be done with it, right? Because how you continue is what's going to continue out there. And I know it's like very elementary, very logical, but you would be surprised, you guys, like how your mind is like, no, I don't want to do it. Forget it. Yeah, you saw results, but whatever. Like, we don't got to do this. Humble yourself. Life humbles you. Trust me, the 3D will humble you if you don't stick to your routine and consistency. It will humble you. Can you assume that everything's going to be fine and dandy going forward and you're not going to have to do any work? Yeah, you can assume that. But once something plays out and you react to it and you're going to sit in your reaction, you need to at least revise it. You need to at least go back internally and change the story within, stick to the story within. Does that make sense, you guys? If that makes sense, comment down below. I am so proud of you, girl. If you're watching, my client that sent in this success. I will try to post more client successes going forward in our community tab. I usually post the email anonymously. No worries about privacy, you guys. Don't worry. If you want it anonymous, it will be anonymous. If you haven't checked out our community tab yet, go ahead and do so. A lot of my client successes, word for word, that they've sent in, we post them there. Check out my videos of all the jackpot wins, all the SP success stories, all the client success stories. So many of you are removing third parties. So many of you are getting SP in the version you want to experience them. You would go to playlist in our YouTube channel, go to playlists, scroll to Ani, and all the videos are there. All of them. And all of them have such good content in there, such good, like, aha moments, whether it was from me or from the clients. Like, I know it will help you guys. If you guys are interested in any of my courses, links will be in the description box down below. If you do not see the link, just comment and reception will help you, or email us at sessions@createyourfuture.co. So much good movement, you guys. I intend you guys have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful weekend, beautiful week, beautiful month, beautiful rest of the year. And I intend all of you guys feel successful, feel confident, and see your 3D behaving in your favor. You guys got this. I love you. I will see you in the next video.